This is part 2 of the fretboard series that I'm doing, this has to do with fretboard knowledge and reading. I had mentioned to some people that reading really is not a very difficult skill. It's a skill. It's a good skill to have. It's a great skill to have. It's not a necessary skill to have because we have tablature and what have you. But it's a skill nonetheless. A skill you can learn, a skill you can develop. As far as sight reading is concerned, I don't go about it the conventional way. I treat reading like language. I don't look at a piece of sheet music, identify all the notes, find out what they mean to me, translate them to the fretboard, and then be able to play them. What I do is I look at them, I understand what they are in reference to the fretboard, and then I play them. Much like how one learns a language. Studies show, not citing anything, that the American the American education system's method of teaching language is literally the worst way to learn a language. One of the best ways is a way known as immersion, where instead of learning what words are translated into your language, you learn what things are in that language as a separate vocabulary. And you don't ever reference cup necessarily specifically with the word in another language. You learn it in the other language and you already know it's a cup. You understand? So I do the same thing sort of with reading, and I have some nice handwritten high tech, because I have all this high tech, unlike some people. Diagram here. Everything's in color, marked where they are as far as the scale, just the non-incidental notes. I think we all know incidentals, they all fall within the scale as well. So really what I feel is important as far as learning sight reading, as opposed to learning how to read and then translating it into music, is you need to learn the landmarks. Those are your best landmarks, first and foremost. These will serve you immediately. The ledger line below the staff, the first space, the center line, the top space, and the ledger line above. Automatically, everything just follows letters as far as the spaces and lines are concerned in the stave. Just below the stave is an F. Just the space is a G. Sorry, the bottom line is a G. The space is the A, the A, the A, the A, the A, the A. The next space, the next line, sorry, is a B. The next space is a C. The center line is the only D that appears in here. This is very important as far as reading is concerned. If you're playing a D, you're playing this D, or you're playing this D, or you're playing this D, when it's the center line in the staff. That's it. You have 3 choices. It's the only one that you're going to have in that staff. There's no confusion there. It's an excellent reference point. So after the D, you have your G, or your G, or your G, or your G. So they're all the same register, but that one, it's the space, the space just below the top of the stave, and then you have your C, or your C, or your C. Right? Yeah, C. C. So, obviously, where there's a D, there's a C underneath, and that's the space underneath. So if you're looking at your music and you go, okay, well, I don't see anything on a landmark, you're going to see something next to a landmark. It's literally impossible to not see something next to a landmark because you only have 1, 2, 3 notes. So you have landmark, note, note, landmark, note, note, landmark, note, note. Hey, look! Landmark. Landmark, note, note, landmark. So you already know how to read if you know how to play these things and you know what's here. That's why I consider fretboard knowledge really, as far as application is concerned, one of your primary skills that you really have to develop. If you know everything in this area, like you know yourself, or better than you know yourself, because I don't know, maybe you don't know yourself so well. Well, I'm not judging. But if you know this better than anything else, sight reading becomes immediately easy once you realize that there's landmarks and everything. Every note you play, if it's not a landmark, is literally one note away from one. So if you're looking at music and you see, okay, there's nothing on a landmark, but there's the D, there's a note right under the D, there's a note right above the A, there's a sharp right above the E, there's a sharp right below the A, there's a sharp on the top of the, there's a flat on the top of the stave. That's what it sounds like. That's your B flat. So really reading, very simple. I'm literally blabbering for 10 minutes about something that you already know. You just don't know that you know it yet. You already know how to read. It's right here. Stop trying to reference it in your brain. You have your engine. This is where your wheels have a map quest. You know, you look at your sheet music and you go, okay, well, there's D's, B's, C's, B's, F's, G's, A's, and learn how they sound. And instead of worrying about, okay, well, all right, the notes are E, F, A, C. You don't really need to read it, translate it, think about it, and then translate it again. Because why don't you just cut out the middleman, which is overthinking, and just go, okay, well, there's those two dotted things. That's definitely the F. Right below the F, the F, the A, the C, third inversion, arpeggio. I hope this helps anybody. If it does, let me know. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know. I'll do another video, so I guess there'll be a part 3 about what happens, you know, when you go from here to here, because these are the other notes that between here and here fold. You see where I'm pointing down? Like these notes as opposed to these notes. Alright, have a great day, and it's about time to feed the cats.